So, it's a touching story, as I've said on Twitter. But these two that you see in this video thumbnail did something for me that I honestly did not think was going to happen, like at all in my lifetime, let alone this year, with everything going absolutely absurd. This video, as you guys can tell, is talking about Billy McCarthy and Saberking and what they did for me. Let's start with the one you guys aren't that familiar with first of all, and that would be Billy McCarthy. So, how do I know Billy? My first actual exposure to him was on an old Death Battle podcast from the You're Only Made channel called, I believe it was called Let's Discuss Death Battle. He had Billy on for a couple of the last two episodes, and in all honesty, he just made me laugh the entire time. But I had seen Billy's work before he was on the podcast, like his animations back on the Yang the Insane channel, even though he does not like to talk about it. Sorry, Bill. After that podcast shut down due to circumstances, I'm gonna say at the very least. There's a whole video on it on Saberking's channel. But after that podcast shut down, right before this next season started, after Miles vs. Static, I got a notification from Yang the Insane on Twitter saying that there was another podcast, and it was on Billy's channel, called Lads Discuss Death Battle. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was laughing during some of it, and I just had a really good time with it. So much so that one of the videos I made for it was a highlight video from the first episode. And turns out people saw the video, they liked the video, and there was a whole trend on Twitter going that I was trying to take Yang's job as editor. And for the most part, Yang the Insane was the original editor of the Lads Discuss Death Battle podcast. However, there was, I believe, a second episode, which was Sindel vs. Black Canary. Yang was unable to edit the episode due to her own life reasons, I'm gonna say. So, I don't know who came up with the idea. Sorry for laggy footage, but I had no idea this was bad on my end. I had no idea who came up with the idea of this. It was either Saberking or Yang. I know it was someone that saw the video more than likely, but I got offered to edit the episode of Lads Discuss Death Battle. And I took up that offer. I spent, I would say, about 2.5 hours just to get ideas for editing. And then the actual editing process took another couple hours or so. And then that episode of Lads Discuss That Battle went on the channel as soon as it was done. I gave it to Billy. He posted it on his channel. And then I got handed something that was, honestly, I couldn't believe it from the DMs. I told Billy that if he ever needed help again, I'd be more than happy to help him out. And then he offered, because Yang the Insane had a lot of stuff going on, and she still does, he offered me the chance to edit the Lads Discuss Death Battle. And in all honesty, I just instantly said yes. I didn't care. I wasn't getting paid. The fact of the matter is I got to edit for somebody that I enjoyed watching, such as Billy and Saberking. And in all honesty, I didn't see it coming, considering my background with video editing is that of high school. I didn't go to college for editing. I was editing mostly in high school. I had a really good teacher though who told me to stay committed, focused, and just pace myself. Now, some would say I go overboard when it comes to trying to put things in, which is true. I probably went overboard on some episodes of Lads Discuss Death Battle, whether it be the custom images that they gave me or the whole put clips here, cut out this, simple stuff. But some people thought it was too much. But I'm just like, hey, who cares? This is a blast. And that was probably my first real editing gig I ever got. Now, I'm saying this because I never expected to get an editing gig, like that. Because, again, my background in editing is just mostly, besides my own videos nowadays, it's mostly just what I did in high school. And I honestly didn't think it was that great, but apparently people disagree. And then Lads Discuss Death Battle has gone on a hiatus due to everything going around, which is unfortunate. I hope that you guys will get more Lads Discuss Death Battle episodes soon. It's been really great to work on, and people have been really enjoying the podcast by the looks and sounds of things. So, this leads up into what Saberking has done. I believe Saberking was the one who came up with the idea of having me edit the podcast. And I worked with Saberking on a couple of my old Jump Force videos, like recently this year, Mikado. And last year, my most popular review, Kenshin, he helped me on. And I was just thankful for that because Kenshin's review till this day is still the #1 watch review on the channel. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the fact that I had someone like Saberking, who is an expert on Rurouni Kenshin, give a character who had negative feedback some life. So what has Saberking done recently? Well, if you guys are new to his channel or have you seen the recent video on his channel, it was a hype trailer for Cable versus Booster Gold. And I was the one who actually edited the whole compilation together. I got the song request from Saberking. He told me he wanted this song, gave me a couple clips to start with, and I just went from there. It's one of the most surreal feelings ever to have someone you watch ask you to edit a video for. I honestly took that. I had no regrets, and I still don't. I thoroughly enjoy making that video, thoroughly enjoy making the podcast. These guys who I enjoyed gave somebody like me, who in all honesty doesn't think of themselves as that great of an editor, a chance to show people what I do. Now, I don't really get a lot of feedback. I did recently talking about like the intro for Lats Disca, step out how I gotta turn that down, but we'll get to that once Lats gets back. But for the most part, everyone seems to enjoy what I've done, and that is mind-boggling because all I really did was just add a couple of things that Yang the Insane did, starting from that, like adding Careless Whisper over her clip she found of Katana and Sindel, or even just plastering Inspector Gadget over Weiss in the Weiss versus Mitsuru bit, like in my editing software. That was before I did more work on the photo side of things. But it's because of the guys at Lats Discuss Steph Battle, Saberking, Billy, and I gotta mention Jaru, even though I don't talk to Jaru that much. But that's completely understandable because, you know, he doesn't, I don't know how much influence he actually has over the editing, but he's given me a lot of stuff to make, to be quite honest. So I'll say he's the one responsible for me making all those custom pictures you've seen on the podcast, whether it be the undefeated mighty Jason the champion, whatever he called it. The whole Billy's a woman joke as well was an original idea of Jaru, oddly enough. But the fact that these guys gave me a chance to show people not just what I can do, but they gave me a chance to edit videos, and I enjoy watching them. And that is something I'm gonna be grateful for, and to this day, I'm still gonna be grateful for. I hope I can work with these guys more often. I know it's gonna hinder my own content, but I don't really care. Because honestly, seeing how much people enjoy the stuff I have been editing has just put a huge smile on my face. It's always making my day, seeing how people are responding and hear how people are enjoying the videos, whether it be in their comment section or on Twitter, people are talking about it. And, you know, in a lot of ways, I have all 4 of them actually, considering that Yang the Insane was okay with me taking over editing. Thankful for everything. This has been a crazy year, I know. But the fact that this is happening to me right now is probably the coolest thing that I've ever done in my history of making content. I appreciate you guys who listen to this story. If you want to share it around, you are more than welcome to. And that's about it from me. I'll see you all later.